Shalom, okay, we're learning about the sphere of Yesod, foundation. We previously taught the Yesod comes after the other spherotes. We talked about Netzach, which is victory or forever, like eternal. There's Hod, there's splendor. And then Yesod. Yesod is foundation. Now, over here, it's the 10th sphera, is Yesod, of Zeranpin, of the small face. So we have here the small face, these are the small face, and Yesod would be the 10th. Now, how is it? How is Yesod the 10th? Usually we count the Yesod after the Malchut. The foundation comes comes before the kingdom. Here, it's different, because we already counted previously the Malchut, the kingdom. We counted it after Tiferet, before Netzach and Hod. Why did we do that? That's like we said, because in this situation, the Malchus rises up to a third of the Tiferet, of the beauty and compassion, and it's standing behind the compassion up to a third of its height. And then comes Netzach, which is victory or eternal, forever, splendor, Hod. And then we have Yesod. So if we're counting this way, from the top down, it's number 10. So the Creator took out in the secret of 18,000 worlds. So he took out the sphera, the 10th sphera, which is the Yesod, the foundation, which is called the living God, El Chai, the living God, and Chai is life. Now, Chai is the word in Hebrew for life. It's Chet Yud, which is the 8th letter and the 10th letter. So the 8th letter and the 10th letter together is 18. So we have 18, and then we have the word of God's name, El Chai, it's corresponding to 18,000 worlds. Okay, and it's including. It's like a big inclusion of 10 out of 10. So what's this 10 out of 10? That's the secret of 18,000, and we're going to explain this. It's included in the 10 letters. The 10 letters, because for sure the Creator included all of the 10 letters which are included in the 10 spherotes. So we have all these 10 spherotes. Each one has a letter, and all those letters are included in the Yesod. They all funnel down, they all come down and shine their light, and Yesod includes all of the light from above and brings it down. It's like a funnel, or like a pipe, or like it actually brings all the light from the spheres above and brings it down. So that's the Yesod. Okay. So it includes the 10 letters from the above spherotes. And the Yesod, the foundation, it's like a soul to the world of Bria. So the Bria is creation, the world of creation. So we know there's worlds. There's Atzilut, Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. So we have Atzilut is emanation, the highest world. Then you have Bria, creation. You have Yetzira, formation, like forming. And then Asiya is action, doing. Okay? So the world of Bria, which is creation, Yesod is like a soul for that world. Yesod, the foundation is like the soul for this world. and it's divided in this world into 10 sparks, which spread out in the 10 sphirot of Bria. So each world has all 10 sphirot. So Bria has a 10 sphirot, and the Yisod comes from above, and that would be coming from the world of above it, right? It would be from Atzilut. So this would be the Yisod of Atzilut. It's coming down, and it's spreading into sparks, and it's filling all 10 sphirot of the world of Yetzirah, and it's like that's like its soul. Okay. And it's called blima. So what is this word blima? It's an interesting word, so we're going to be explaining it. It's called blima to the 10 sphirot of Bria, of creation, because the Tzilut, in relation to the Bria, the world, there's like a world above Bria is Atzilut. So the relation, the distance between them is like the relation or the distance from Ein Sof to Atzilut. So what's Ein Sof? Ein Sof means infinity. There's no end. Ein Sof means no end. It's infinite. So there's above the world of Atzilus, which is emanation, you have infinity, which is God's infiniteness. It's even hard to describe. It's just infinite. So, but we can say that from going from the world of infinite to the world of emanation is similar to going from the world of emanation to the world of Bria below it. It's that big of it's the same difference. Like this would be like 100 times, brighter or higher. You can't say 100 because we don't have a number for it, right? I'm just trying to explain it. So the same would be between Atzilut, emanation, and Ein Sof. It's just it's like much higher level. It's like a soul and a body, or like a light and a vessel. Each world above it is like a light, and the one below it is like a vessel to that light, and then that vessel is actually a light to the lower world, which is like a vessel for that, or like a soul for that. So here we're explaining how the Yesod is like a soul for the world of Bria. Okay. And it's called blima to the 10 sphirot of Bria. And it's called the end, the sof of Atzilut, blima. Blima is like, you have the world. Let's say you have the world of Atzilut, right? And then it ends here, and then it goes down lower, right? It goes then lower below that. That's already the next world. That's Bria. So Yesod is like right at the end, at the bottom of this world. It's like the blima. Like blima means like in modern Hebrew, it's like braking. Like you hit the brakes of a car, you're stopping. So that's like the end. It's like the stop, right? That's the bottom of Atzilut. Then you get Bria, okay, and that's where the Yesod is, the foundation. And it's called blima because its essence, what it's all about, is not understood by most of most of what's below it, right? Most of Bria, most of the world of Bria can't actually grasp this higher concept, because it's like hidden. It's like trying to see a soul hidden in a person, right? You see the body, you can maybe know there's a soul there, but you can't really understand it and grasp it and see it, right? So that's the same way with the worlds. The soul of it is like a concept which the lower world can't really grasp, but it's actually there and it's giving it life. And it's ruling over the 10 Sfirot of Bria, the Yisod, the foundation. It's like a soul. It's ruling over the 10 Sfirot in the world of creation. And behold, the Malchut, the foundation, when it reaches the point where the kingdom, the Malchut, it's shaken from its place, and it's made to go down below and go down into Bria. So we also have, right, this would be the Malchut of the world above it. It would be Atzilut. It also has to go down into the world of Bria, and the Yisod also goes down, right? And then we have that through the Yisod, through the foundation, which includes the 18,000 worlds, like we said, that it goes down to her in the secret of unification. So we have from the above world of Atzilut, we have the Yisod, and you also have the Malchut coming down and unifying in the world of creation, and unifying there, and that's giving life and light to this world and the worlds below it. And then the 4 letters of God's name, Havaya, which you have Yud He Vav He, which is the 10th letter, the 5th letter, the 6th letter, and the 5th letter, which are in Tiferet. So we have the sphere of Tiferet, of beauty and compassion. So the 4 letters of God's name that are in the Tiferet, they go and they unify with the Malchut, with the kingdom, by way of the Yisod. So the Yisod is a foundation, it's like a channel, and that's how it's channeling the light from the Tiferet. The Tiferet is the sphere of compassion, and it's bringing, so it has to go, Tiferet, in order to unify with Malchut, has to go by the pathway of Yisod. Yisod is like a path by way that the Tiferet can bring its light and unify with the kingdom, with the Malchut. And he says that these 4 letters of Havaya, of God's name, of Yud He Vav He, they fill up. They're getting filled up with the 10 letters like this. Okay, so how do you fill? How do you do a filling of the letters? So you have a word, you have 4 letters. Now each letter, you can spell it. Okay, how do you spell a letter. So each letter has a spelling. Let's say you wanted to spell the English letter A. You would spell it A-Y. I mean, you don't do that in English, you just write the letter A. But if you wanted to pronounce it, or you wanted to pronounce M, it would be E-M, right? So that's how you'd be spelling a letter. Now there's in Hebrew there's a few different ways you can spell a letter, right? If you want to pronounce that letter. So Yud, the first letter of God's name, which is the 10th letter of the alphabet, Yud. So you'd spell it Yud Vav Dalid, right? That's actually just one spelling for that. Yud Vav Dalid. It's the 10th letter, the 6th letter, and the 4th letter is Yud. That's how you spell it. Then Hey. Hey is a 5th letter, and the way to spell it could be Hey Aleph, because Aleph is A, Hey is H, like, right? So you can spell it Hey Aleph. You can spell it Hey Hey, Hey and then Hey, like that's you can spell it Hey Yud. That would be. So now when you want to spell out the entire name of God, you spell Yud Hey Vav Hey. So you can spell it. There's different spellings. You can spell it Yud Hey Vav and then Hey Aleph, or you can spell it Hey Hey. And then Vav. Vav also has a spelling. Vav Aleph Vav. Right? It's the 6th letter. Would be spelled by the 6th letter, then the 1st letter, and then the 6th letter. That's a Vav. Now, you can also spell it a different way. But the way you spell it has a different numerical value because you're using different letters. And the way you spell those letters, the way you spell the letters with different letters, you have 4 different ways to spell it, and that would have a different numerical value for each one. And when we do this, you're going to see that it has deeper meanings. We'll see that later on. So in this case, in this scenario, the 4 letters are spelt Yud Vav Dalid, which is the 10th, the 6th, and the 4th letter. Then Hey Aleph would be the 5th and 1st letter. And then Vav would be Vav Aleph Vav, was the 6th, the 1st, and the 6th. And then Hey Aleph, which is the 5th and the 1st. Now you add those up and you get a certain numerical value. But this combination and this spelling is what we have here in this situation. And they come and they're spreading out, these letters are spreading out in the 10 sefirot of Zer Anpin, of the small face. Okay? And these 10 sefirot, they go in the Tiferet, these 10 sefirot which are included in the Tiferet. And they're included in the 10 aspects of the Yesod, because and they're included, and they include the 10 times 10, okay, because we have the 10 letters, and then we have the 10 sefirot of Yesod. So we have 10 times 10. And that's a secret of the 100 blessings. So what are these 100 blessings? We say every day in our 100 blessings. If you count, we pray 3 times a day. Each prayer has at least 18 blessings, plus we have the blessing before we eat, after we eat. There's altogether, you add it up, you get that you should be saying every day 100 blessings. So this is this is the 10 times 10, which is the secret of these 100 blessings. And the Yesod, the foundation, is called the Shalit, which is the ruler, by a name of Yosef. Like it says, Yosef is Joseph. He was the ruler of Mitzrayim. He actually ruled the whole world. He was the ruler. So Shalit, which is the ruler, he ruled, and that's the secret of Yesod, of foundation, because as we know, Abraham is Chesed, loving kindness. Yitzchak, Isaac is Gvura, strength. Yaakov, Jacob is Tiferet, loving kindness, compassion. Netzach, victory forever. That's Moshe. That's Moshe Rabbeinu. And Hod is Aaron. Aaron is splendor. Yesod, foundation, is Yosef. Okay? And Malchut, kingdom, is King David. So Yosef is the Yesod. Right? That's the Yosef HaTzadik. So, since Yosef is called the ruler, he ruled over Mitzrayim, so Yesod is also called the ruler. The foundation is called the ruler. And it's divided into the 10 Sfirot of Bria, of creation. And he rides on the Malchus. He rides on the kingdom. Like you have the Yesod is like riding on the Malchut. The foundation is riding on the kingdom. And it gives forth its light and flow of energy into it, gives its flow of energy from the Yesod, from the foundation, into the Malchut. And what does it give it? What does it give? It gives these 100 blessings. And the Yesod, right? The foundation is like a seal, like a stamp of a ring. Like a king would have a ring. Like we saw in Egypt that Paro gave Yosef, to the power to rule. He gave him his ring, right? When it has a stamp, it has a seal on the ring. You have the ring, then you have the seal, and the seal is what you press into the wax when you're sealing and stamping a document, right? So it goes into the wax. So Yosef is like a seal, and the ring around which the seal sits on, the ring that you put on your finger, right? So